evening. My name is Kathy Connor, and I am a pastor at First Pres in Tampa and have the honor of serving as the board chair for Created. We are also deeply grateful for the generous sponsors who covered the entire cost of this event. They are: at the platinum level, we thank our anonymous donor for whom we are so grateful. At the gold level, we recognize the Hatton Sullivan Group, Gabriella and Tom Frederick, and North Hyde Park Properties. At the silver level, we thank Valley Bank and Taylor Financial. At the bronze level, we are grateful for Ann and Mike Carney, Ashley Teeling, Beth Kapari Coastal Properties Group, Carden and Associates, Durance and Associates PA, Florida Executive Realty Hope Foundation, Heckman Mortgage, Jonna and Mark Whittington, Kathy and Fitz Connor, Melissa and J.B. Davis, the Pithers Group Coldwell Banker Realty Cares Foundation. Because of all of these gifts, 100% of the funds raised tonight will go directly to benefit the women we serve at Created. Thank you for helping us redeem, restore, and reclaim the lives of women in Jesus' name. I want you to know that just by being with us this evening, you are sending a message that women being trafficked and exploited in the darkest corners of our city have not been forgotten. This is one of Tampa's most infamous corners on Nebraska Avenue, and yet it is located directly across the street from Created Place. This is where pimps stand and watch as the women they are exploiting and trafficking come across the street to our team for fresh clothes, toiletries, and more. These women know that if they walk outside of specific street boundaries, if they don't report back every hour with earnings, if they don't return to this corner, their pimp will hunt them down and take their life. But what these men don't know is that this is holy ground. This is where we have reclaimed this corner in prayer, praying for the women and for the men who are exploiting them. Because this is where hope begins, with God's promise in Jeremiah 29:11. As the Lord declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And the Lord is indeed fulfilling his promise to these women through the tenacious and loving leadership of Created's executive director, Lurleen Diaz, who will do whatever it takes to restore vulnerable women to their dignity and their beauty in Jesus.
Thank you, Kathy, for your kind introduction. Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening. Every morning when the staff arrives at our main campus on Nebraska Avenue, we find women, sometimes weary, sometimes broken, often carrying nothing but the clothes on their backs. They're standing at our gate waiting for it to open. The gate is a dividing line between two very different realities. On one side lies the darkness of the streets, drugs, trafficking, exploitation, and homelessness. But on the other side lies Created, a place of refuge, of hope, and of new beginnings. Human trafficking is the second largest criminal activity in the world and the fastest growing illegal enterprise, second only to drug trafficking. As I speak to you right now, there are men, women, and children in our community who are being trafficked. Florida ranks number 3 in the nation for human trafficking. Tampa Bay is among the top 5 cities in America. According to the 2024 Tipster Report, there are more than 200,000 victims in Florida alone. And yet the Florida Department of Children and Family Services tells us that there's only 97 beds for human trafficking survivors in the entire state. But there is hope. Because of the generosity of faithful donors like you, and because with God all things are possible. Lives are being transformed every day at Created. Here on our main campus, our drop-in center welcomes women just as they are. meeting their immediate needs and offering case management that walks them through the challenges and healing that is caused by human trafficking. Through our 4 safe houses, which are incredibly 1/3 of all available beds in Florida, we provide specialized housing programs across 3 counties. Each one is designed to meet the unique needs of the women through the different stages of their journey. Created is a place where lies are replaced with truth, a place where shame gives way to dignity, a place where women discover their beauty, their value, and their purpose through the redeeming love of Christ. When a woman walks through our gate, she doesn't just find safety, she finds a beginning of a new story. And tonight, you are part of that story. The women you'll be hearing from tonight are part of our therapeutic recovery program. While at Created, they work through their trauma, addiction, and the other barriers that kept them in bondage. Today, they are successfully living in independent housing. It is my honor to introduce to you Dana, Georgia, and Mahogany, who will be sharing how their lives had been redeemed, restored, and reclaimed. As you watch the video, may God bless you and encourage your hearts.
Before I came to Created, my life was so lonely. And I held on to this idea that life was based on men and money. And it took me into a world of chaos and destruction. And I was so broken and so spiritually disconnected.
I lost my mom and my sister in a car wreck when I was 9. It kind of took like a lot from me, but I almost wasn't aware of it until I was older and had my own kids, of just how much it took from me, until I got lost with drugs. Like every day I got up and fought to get high. The more and more you use, the less and less soul you have. I honestly felt like I was lacking the soul. I couldn't make myself care about something if I wanted to.
I was left here by a truck driver that trafficked me from Little Rock, Arkansas to Florida, having to do unspeakable things for a place to stay. And it's hard because doing that type of stuff, you know, like, no one's gonna come look for me.
There was something that happened to me, and I ended up with this man who took me across state lines. And I knew in the middle of this situation, like, I wasn't here because I wanted to be here, but I kept telling myself that I was, you know? The things that happened to me shouldn't have happened to anyone in their life.
I was homeless. I ended up going to the hospital, and I saw one of my counselors from a previous attempt of getting clean, and I just broke down in the hospital room and I said, I just want to be clean. And he's like, you're already there. He gave me the number and I reached out. The staff was just so amazing, and you guys took me in. And I've been here ever since.
When I left jail, I didn't have anything. I had the clothes on my back, and I'm pretty sure I borrowed those from somebody. When I flew here, we had a nice man who runs a program where he flies women to the places that need help, that are gonna help them. And so he flew me here, and he gave me a book bag with a Bible. That's all I had. They were my whole possessions in the world, was this book bag that this man gave me.
I'm sitting in front of a completely different person today. What's really cool is to see how God truly transformed you, and this is just the start. This is nothing, because think where you're going to be this time next year, and this time in 2 years, and this time in 5 years from now.
As soon as I got here, y'all clothed me, y'all fed me. You never asked anything from me except to heal. That's where you stepped in and fostered this relationship of healing.
When I was younger, my mom had trafficked me for drugs to an older guy that she had been involved with. So she was technically my first trafficker. My dream for my daughter is to be anything she want to be, because I would never do to her what my mom did to me. I would support her no matter what. The women that have supported me through this will be able to continue to be in my life to also support her also.
Do you know what generational curses are?
Yes.
Are you breaking the generational curse?
Yes. Creating has impacted my life, and not just my life, my daughter's life. It allows me to be a better mom for her. Everything I've done and created has caused a big impact on my life.
I'm looking forward to talking to my son tomorrow on the phone, because that's what he needed to show that, that I was around, like consistency. And he was so proud of me the day I came in here. For a long time, I wasn't consistent in his life. I cannot change what happened, and I can't make up for it. But what I can be is present today, mentally, spiritually, and available. He's looking forward to building a relationship with me, and I'm looking forward to living out the rest of my days with my children in my life.
Yeah, my life looks really busy now. I am an account manager at a local Ford dealership in town, one of the biggest. Everything that I worked towards came to fruition, and I loved the people I worked with. And so I got a phone call from another Ford dealership, and they heard about how well I was doing and wanted to offer me a manager role. I've learned that I love helping people. I'm the manager, I'm good at it, and my team loves me, and we're getting along great. Even I've gotten some of my team members to come to church with me, and yeah, so it's great.
When I got into Sanctuary, they said, so one of the requirements in phase 2 is that you get your GED. And I've tried this several times in my life and have never came anywhere close. And I worked so hard. And I failed my math test 4 times, but the 5th time, I've passed it. I didn't give up hope. And no one else gave up on me either. I just finished my GED, and I'm gonna be starting college soon. I'm restoring relationships today that I did not think were possible. And that's just through the grace of God. You never know who's being hurt or harmed or trafficked. So it's very important to be able to reach out to all areas, all social statuses, everywhere, because this is an epidemic and it's a problem. And people don't know that there's help out there. It's a beautiful program. It's a restoration of your life. It's not your typical treatment center. I come in here and I'm safe to explore my trauma, work through my trauma, and also to heal and to be able to come back and give that to someone else. My life has been redeemed, restored, and reclaimed.
My life now is redeemed, restored, and reclaimed.
Thanks to Created, my life has been redeemed, restored, and reclaimed. Thank you, God.
What an incredible message of transformation. Healing from human trafficking and sexual exploitation is possible with the right resources. To those of you who already support Created, thank you. I hope the stories you heard tonight bring you great joy, knowing that your investment in the lives of these women has eternal significance. Last year, we canceled our benefit due to back-to-back hurricanes. God continued to provide. Thanks to the faithful and generous support of our donors, we were still able to increase our bed capacity from 12 to 31. Together, we did it. That expansion allowed us to serve more women and to offer the flexibility to relocate them from the areas where they were being trafficked, giving them a fresh start, free from the influences of their past. This year, as Created has been working through the new state certification process for safe houses, we now know that there's only 97 beds in the state of Florida. With your help, Created can continue to be on the front lines, combating human trafficking and expanding our services that are so desperately needed to meet the needs of more women. Our last benefit raised $491,000 in outright gifts and 5-year pledges. This year, our budget is $1.2 million, and tonight we hope to raise $500,000. At this time, I'd like to invite our host to distribute the pledge sheets. This is your opportunity to be part of the story of hope and restoration. You can choose to fill out the paper card, or you can simply scan the QR code at the bottom and complete it electronically. On the first section of the pledge form, you will have the opportunity to become a Created sustainer by making a 5-year pledge. You can help ensure that women we serve have consistent, dependable support as they rebuild their lives. In the next section, you will find a place to choose your personal giving path, a way for you to give in the way that is meaningful and significant to you. Every gift, every commitment makes a direct impact on the women walking through our gates. If you have any questions about our work or the giving options, we have a representative from Created right there at your host home available to assist you. Thank you for being here tonight to support this vital work. Together, we can help restore the dignity and the hope that these women deserve. God bless you and good night.